Good morning, good afternoon and good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to Danny's Detours, where we talk about anything and everything life related. Consciousness is our canvas. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and I'm out and about again on another absolutely fantastic day with my two favourite compadres, Paddy and Willow. Yeah, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's absolutely fantastic. Just listen to this water here. Just listen to that. So relaxing. I love it down here. I love nature, you know, and I love how my life's changed as well. Also, like, you know, today we're going to talk a little bit of delving into my past. Kind of like going from like kitchen politics, and you'll know what I'm on about by saying that, guys, to anyone who's walked this path, to divine guidance. What I'm doing now, you know, just following my heart, my soul. Doggies are having a bit of a treat, bit of a drink. Right, come on, doggies. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone who has liked, commented and subscribed to the channel. To all the new subscribers, welcome. It's absolutely fantastic to have you here, and yeah, welcome to the Danny Detours channel. Paddy and Willow's here. Yeah, but yeah, today we're going to talk about from kitchen politics to divine guidance, and just the journey that I've been on, guys, really. And you know, all I've got to look back is, obviously some of you people will know that obviously in the past I did have problems with drugs in the past. Well, I say drugs like cocaine, but it was always every time when I used to drink alcohol. Hence why I don't drink alcohol anymore, guys. But that isn't just the main reason. It's kind of like I've been called, or I've been pulled away from it now, because I know that is not my, it doesn't serve my purpose for what I'm here to do. Because obviously I've always felt as though I've been a bit of a light worker, because I've always liked helping people, you know. I've always been a good person, even though I've walked down a lot of dark paths, you know. So this is my new calling now, guys. But yeah, anyway, I just got to look back to some of the times of when, you know, I was in that dark place. And you know, I always remember, like, you'd go out with your mates, wouldn't you? You'd have a few bevies, you know what I mean? Everything would be good. And then you get someone saying, oh, come on, should we get one of them? You know what I mean? Or there'd always be one, or sometimes you'd just do it yourself. But it was always kind of like, there was always a trigger moment, weren't there, where you'd either be out with certain people, or, you know, and then after a bit, it's sort of like just become normality, when really, but I always look back to it, me, and think to myself, I used to hate it, because, you know, I'd be out having a drink, having a good time, but then you get some of that, boom, boom, you already know, guys, the people who aren't, you know, who've done it, or are still on this journey, you know, every time I used to have that, my head used to go. But it was, I don't know, it was kind of like I was, now that I look back on it now, because obviously I don't do any of that now, I don't even drink anymore, and I feel so, it's like I'm a totally new, different person. Hence why I'm talking about this today, and I'm on this journey, and, you know, this is my, you know, my new way of life. But and I always look back to it and think to myself, you know, like, what was I doing? You know what I mean? What the fuck was I doing? I used to hate it, and I'd be like, but I think when you peel back all the layers, I was addicted to my problems. It wasn't even so much that I was addicted to the drug, you know, the cocaine, the alcohol, whatever. I was stuck in that perpetual cycle, that loop, yeah? And it takes something, and listen, it's like the old saying goes, yeah? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. And some people, guys, right, you know, I've tried helping some people in the past, but one thing that I've learned and realised is you can only really help yourself, you know. And but I believe through talking about these things, pushing out this message, that people can get a lot of strength and a lot of clarity and think, well, wait a minute, you know, Danny's been through the fucking... And to be fair, guys, right, I was never really bad on drugs. It was more of like it was a weekend thing that at some point did start to creep in about 3 times a week, sometimes during the week. But you know, my heart does go out to all the people that are still in this situation, because listen, I've been in them dark places, and I've been in them, you know, them situations where it's 5 o'clock in the morning and you're all stood around in the kitchen and no one's talking and everyone's just paranoid. And listen, you know, there's many stories I could talk about, and I'm not going to name people or names because this is not what this channel's about. You know, this channel's about raising people up, raising people's vibration, letting people become aware that they are the power, they are unstoppable, and everything starts from within, because God is already inside you, because you are God. But anyway, guys, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah, I always look back to them days and I used to fucking hate it, you know what I mean? I used to think to myself, what was I doing? But now that I look back, and I think to myself, God put me in them positions for a reason, because I had to go in them situations in order for me to learn and grow, so then I could do this and talk about it. And everything now in my mind makes sense, and it just makes me think, you know, because I just look back and I think, you'd all be stood around in the kitchen, or you go back to an house and everyone just, you know, and you get that like fake some people get that fake confidence where they, and a lot of the times, guys, they wouldn't even know what the hell they was talking about. And it's like, you know, I just look back now and I just think to myself, you know, thank you to the highest power and myself for being able to pull myself out of that situation. But it all starts from you guys, you know, or anyone who's out there struggling. You know, I've got my Telegram channel. You don't have to reach out to me on that. You can DM me on Facebook, Instagram. If you want to have a one-on-one, one-to-one chat, by all means do so. Anyone who's out there. Because listen, and obviously, like, I struggle with gambling, but I always felt like, and I always look back to it now and think to myself, I was chasing dopamine. I was chasing something external, trying to make me happy. But guess what? I already was happy inside me, but I trained my mind or my being to think that happiness existed externally outside of me. But no, because it's like when you first come into this world, when you come from the divine, yeah, you already was perfect. You know, you was unique. You got one unique set of fingerprint. Like, look at it like this, right? Yeah, when God, the creator, brought you into this life, he gave you one unique set of fingerprint that no one's ever had. There is not a single person out of 8 billion people on this planet that has your fingerprint. So just think about that for a minute. How unique are you? You know, there's no one on this planet like you. And that should give you some power and some strength and make you think, wow, I am one of a kind. Because guess what? You are one of a kind, because there's no one else out there like you. You was brought here with a certain unique skill set. But also, guys, you are capable of doing anything. You know, so like, you look at these situations now where I think a lot of it is like, you look at the Matrix and you think everything's like, because they're the ones who put the drugs into society, they're the ones who put gambling into society, they're the ones who put all the processed foods into society, because they want you what? Think about it. They want you vibrating on a low frequency. You know what I mean? So it's all done by design, guys. But I'm just so grateful and thankful that I'm no longer in that situation, you know what I mean? And I'm so happy now. Like, obviously, I would like, if I look back, say like a year and a half ago, it's like me pulling out a camera when I was doing all them things. Not in a million years would I be doing that, because I would not have had the clarity. My mind wouldn't have been clear. It's like now I wake up, I don't drink alcohol, I don't do nothing, guys, yeah. But I am so happy, because at the end of the day, look, I get to come out with my 2 beautiful dogs in nature, pull out a camera and talk about my stories. Because the Danny Detours channel, yeah, it's all about empowering people and lifting people up, talking about my story, but also giving people the power and knowing that, you know, through your own consciousness, which is what? G, the generator, that is your mind. O, the operator, that is your heart, that is where your soul exists, your spirit, yeah? And then D, the destroyer, which is your body, where you take action, yeah? Because you are God, because you are a fragmentation of God and you are in connection with him. So through this, you can manifest and bring anything into your life, but it all starts with a thought, a feeling, and then an action. So instead of choosing a negative thought and a scared feeling, why don't you say to yourself, well, wait a minute, I've always wanted, let's just say this for example, I've always wanted to be, I don't know, a tree surgeon, yeah? Just, we'll use that as an example. I'd love to be a tree surgeon. This is an example, yeah? What feeling would you get? You get a feeling of, oh, that sounds good, that's exciting. You might get another feeling of like uncertainty. You might get another feeling of fear, like, oh, I don't know if I'd be able to do that. But then you can take action and think, right, well, how would I go about that? Maybe I could go online and look at a course, you know, go on MyScore College, whatever that is, you know what I mean? I'm just using this as an example. It all starts with 3 easy steps, hence why. And I don't even know, right, I'm going to be God's honest truthful with you now, guys, right? When I was terrified when I first clicked that record button the first day, and all I had was a little shitty thingy, iPhone SE, you know, and I was like, but for some, I feel as though like spirit, the divine, whatever you want to call it, was talking through me, because out of nowhere it just said, I thought, well, what can, you know, because you've got to make yourself the brand, because you are the brand, yeah, and you've got to build a brand. And like, it just come out of nowhere. Consciousness is our canvas, because obviously I've been learning about consciousness, what it meant, what it means, you know, with your thought, your feeling, your action, you know, being at one with the divine, and being aware, because we live in a society now where everyone's so lost, everyone's looking down on the phones, and you know, there's so many distractions out here now, guys, isn't there? So yeah, that was, you know, it kind of like just come to me because I was using my intuition, you know what I mean, my gut feeling, my heart. So yeah, just a few things for you to think about there, guys. Have you heard these two? These two are happy. So Willow, drop it, don't you be chewing that bottle. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that today, guys. We've gone on a little bit longer today, but that's all right. You know, and you know, if there is anyone out there that is struggling with gambling or drugs, alcohol, whatever that may be, by all means you can reach out to me if you want to. If not, or just leave a comment, you know, get involved. If you want to join my Telegram channel, guys, Danny Detours Chat on Telegram, you can join that, and we can talk about that. We don't even have to talk, we can talk about anything. It's just a safe space where, you know, like a community where you can just come in, there's no pressure, and just be yourself, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think we're going to leave it at that, guys, because these two are going crazy. Willow's bossing Paddy about. So, but yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's liked, commented and subscribed to my channel. It really does melt my heart, you know, and it really does like prove to me and know that I am on the right path. And also to the new subscribers, welcome. You will enjoy this channel, you know, obviously, you know, we do things a little bit different, but I'm doing it my way because it's my channel, because it's unique. And look at that, this is, I'm saying that, guys, look at that butterfly there. Wow. Let's see if we can get it. Oh no, Paddy, no, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it, Willow. I managed to grab it, guys. You know, look at that. Wow, it's flown off. That's, you know what, that's actually, that's made my day, that actually. Wow, that's fantastic. I can't believe that that butterfly just let me pick it up. Wow, it took me back a bit, that, but yeah. And I've been talking about butterflies, and I've done some YouTube shorts as well, guys, so go check them out. Oh wow, that's made my bloody day, that. See, it's the simple things, guys, little things like that. But anyway, I think we're going to leave it at that. But for me, Paddy and Willow, I hope you have a fantastic day, and don't forget to follow me on my socials, like, comment and subscribe. And also to the butterfly, thank you for letting me pick you up. But I hope you all have a fantastic day. Love you loads. Peace.